Hello, everyone. Welcome to the online open course on Industrial Robot Application Technology. I am the lecturer for this lesson, Leon Bayuan. In this lesson, I will be learning with you about the principles and setup steps of RSR automatic operation mode. How can we control more robot programs to run automatically through external signals? In this lesson, we will mainly explain through two parts. 1. Conditions for automatic operation. 2. Setup of the RSR start method. Let's first learn about the conditions for automatic operation. Automatic operation refers to the function where external devices select and start programs through signals or signal groups. In everyday applications, there are mainly two types, RSR and PNS. In the previous lesson, we talked about the definition of system signals. From this table, we can see the input and output signals involved in the RSR and PNS automatic operation modes. So, how are RSR and PNS started? Now, let's learn about the startup conditions for RSR and PNS together. 1. Set the control mode switch to the auto position. We can see automatic displayed on the teach pendant. If it is not an automatic mode, we can set the control mode switch to automatic mode using the key on the control cabinet. 2. Set the program to a non-step-by-step execution state. If it currently displays step-by-step, you can press the step button on the teach pendant to set it. 3. Set UI 1, UI 2, UI 3, and UI 8 to on. 4. Set the TP switch to off. 5. Change the external dedicated signal to enabled. 6. Change the automatic mode to remote. 7. Set the system variable $earn_master to 0. If its default value is not 0, change it directly to 0. Next, let's learn about the setup of the RSR start method. First, what is the RSR start method? The RSR start method involves selecting and starting a program through the robot service request signals RSR1 to RSR8. What are the characteristics of the RSR automatic operation mode? The first characteristic is that when a program is executing or interrupted, the selected program remains in a waiting state. Once the original program stops, the selected program begins to run. The second characteristic is that the RSR automatic operation mode can only select up to 8 programs. What are the naming requirements for the RSR automatic operation mode? First, the program name must be 7 characters long. Second, the RSR start method naming consists of the letters RSR followed by a 4-digit program number. Third, the program number is composed of the RSR record number plus a base value. Let's look at an example. First, we set the base number for the RSR automatic operation mode to 0. How do we call the RSR 0003 program? Enter the RSR setup interface on the teach pendant, set the program number corresponding to RSR 3 to 3, and set the base number to 0. After meeting the conditions for automatic operation, reset the alarm on the teach pendant. Press the external start button to turn UI 11 on. At this point, the industrial robot will run according to the program named RSR 0003. Timing requirements for the RSR start method. When starting a program under the RSR start method, the program does not immediately run as soon as the button is pressed. There is a delay process. The specific runtime sequence is as follows. After the program meets the conditions for automatic operation, we use the external start button to select a program. Select any button from RSR1 to RSR8. Within 32 milliseconds, the robot will send a pre-start pulse signal, ACK, to the external device. Within 35 milliseconds after sending the ACK signal, the program outputs a signal and starts the selected program on the rising edge. At this moment, the industrial robot begins to operate. Through this lesson, I hope that everyone can better understand and master the principles and setup steps of the RSR automatic operation mode.